In this video, you will learn more about recontamination of drinking water. You will get to know where the recontamination risks in a GDM system are and how these risks can be reduced.
Even if polluted water is treated successfully, there is high risk that clean water can be contaminated again if it is not properly stored or comes into contact with dirty cups, containers, or even contaminated material. Recontaminated water may not be safe for consumption anymore.
There are two locations where treated water is stored in a GDM system: in the clean water tank and in the customer's jerry cans. Water is transported in the jerry cans from the water kiosk to the home where it is stored.
During storage, water is prone to recontamination as it may come into contact with contaminated objects. Pathogens can enter small or large containers or directly through the clean water tank through their openings via dust, leaves, animals, or contaminated hands, cups, ladles, accumulating sediments or biofilm that grow in the storage containers or in the clean water tanks over time can protect and nourish these pathogens. Generally, the longer the water is stored, the higher the likelihood of coming into contact with dirty material, and the higher the chances of it being contaminated with pathogens. 4 strategies can be implemented to reduce the risk of contaminating treated water. The first strategy is straightforward: reduce the water storage period. At the clean water tank, this can be achieved through high turnover, meaning balancing the amount of water that is produced and that is consumed. At the household level, clean water should be consumed within 24 hours. Secondly, appropriate and hygienic storage containers are very important to reduce the risk of recontamination. For the clean water storage tank, this means that it is important to always keep the tank's lid closed to guarantee that no contamination enters from the outside. Additionally, the tank should be disinfected once a month. This procedure is described in a separate video in this series. Customers' jerrycans ideally have a few features that can reduce recontamination risks: tight lids, an opening of adequate size. This means small enough to discourage scooping, but big enough to permit proper cleaning. A robust spigot or tap can make access to water easier and also reduce the risk of scooping. All containers should be regularly cleaned and properly disinfected with chlorine. Thirdly, a clean environment with proper hygiene practices is important, such as hand washing with soap at critical times. The last mitigation strategy to reduce recontamination is chlorination. It is important to adapt to a chlorine dosing to the local situation to achieve free concentration of 0.2 to 0.5 milligrams per liter as recommended by World Health Organization for drinking water consumption. To ensure that all water from the water kiosk is chlorinated, we recommend using a simple automated system-level chlorinator. There are different designs and technologies of system-level chlorinators. We recommend using a tea chlorinator that can be locally produced and which uses chlorine tablets. For further information, refer to the GDM manual.
This video has taught you about the recontamination risks of treated water. You have learned that the hotspots for recontamination in a GDM system are the clean water storage tank and the customer's transport and storage containers. You have seen that recontamination can be mitigated by adding correctly dosed residual disinfectant such as chlorine to the treatment system, by reducing the storage time of water, keeping the lid of the clean water storage tank closed, using clean and hygienic storage containers, and avoiding contact of the treated water with contaminated materials and hands.